Now, I just want to do one video here on the Sian FKP 37 special event. And yeah, quite a few people are already noticing the fact as they get like deeper and deeper into this one, the fact that if you're missing any one of the cars from this, say like a lot of people yesterday I noticed were missing the Egoista, so like that's your special event effectively over right there, because without the Egoista you miss out on the conditions required to unlock stage 6. The same applies again here with stage 6. Like I need to get a bunch of conditions to unlock the Aventador J stage, and there's 25 conditions available today, so I can unlock the Aventador J. But yeah, again, if I'm missing the Aventador J, then you need the same number of conditions from that to knock on for the next one. So if you're missing any of the Lamborghinis at a base level, you will run into a point where you cannot progress through this event. Now, Stage 8 is a free trial of the Grand Prix car, but Stage 9 is the Terzo, then the Benino, and then the Legend Pass car, the Gallardo, on Stage 11. So, like, the thing about it is, you're going to run into these blocks as you progress through this one, and if you haven't got the Lamborghinis, you're going to be prevented from getting access to each next stage, effectively. The thing is though, if you're in a scenario where you've got like 30 or 40 cars, you're missing some Lamborghinis and stuff like that, and your special event ended at stage 5, that's probably the best place for you to cash out, because you can at least get like 750 tokens from stage 2, as well as 200 from every other stage, and just get those, come back in here every day and run one of the races 3 times just to get 5 tokens for a daily quest. But while there is ways of getting further into this event, like using the Lamborghini experience and the ultimate Lamborghini experience to get some blueprints for those cars, and then progress further into this, like realistically, the Sian is not a car which is very easy to unlock, and that's quite an understatement. The Sian is near impossible to unlock without a perfect garage. At my garage right now, I will not be able to unlock it without spending tokens later on in this event. Like, you need to have all of the Lamborghinis maxed out to get enough blueprints to unlock it. That includes the Benino from the previous special event, which you would have to have had at 6 stars, and also had at 6 stars during that special event, because you needed to get all of the Sian blueprints from the end of that special event to make it possible to unlock it, which a tiny amount of people had. Now, these Ultimate Lamborghini Experience and Lamborghini Experience packs, they're cool enough if you have a new garage, because they do have quite a lot of cool cars in there. But I would say for anyone who's looking at these and thinking, oh, if I get some packs of this, I'll be able to get further or finish this event. No, if you're looking at just unlocking a Lamborghini right now, there is no chance whatsoever you're going to like complete this event. At least not to the degree where you're unlocking that Sian without spending some extra tokens on it. If you are looking at Ultimate Lamborghini Experience packs right here, by the way, for 750 tokens for 10, I would just point out that getting this first relay is way better value on that. It's 450 tokens for the first portion of it, and that includes 150k credits and 10 Ultimate Lamborghini packs. So like, you don't have guaranteed drop chance inside in these, but still, that's 300 tokens less for a fair amount of packs. I will actually be buying that relay pack, but I'm going to buy it once I have the trade coin bonus coming in tomorrow, just because, yeah, quite a lot of those cars are going to get trade coin for me. Everything effectively except for the Benino will, so hopefully I'll get a few blueprints for that. I'm kind of dreading the thought of getting a Terzo, Ego, or Centenario, like big jackpot, but that could happen. I guess it'll be a whole lot of trade coins, but still, yeah, like for me, just for the chance of Benino, 450 tokens is pretty cool. But realistically, like for those ultimate packs, that's all I'm going to be spending on them is the 450 tokens there. These packs are not worth it to me because, yeah, as I mentioned, the Terzo, Ego, Centenario inside in these as part of those featured drop chance, those are be incredibly dangerous for me. The drop rate for these packs though is cool, 20% across these 4 really cool Lamborghinis. Like, I will just say though, the Centenario is freely available effectively everywhere. The Terzo is available in the Legend store once you reach a certain garage level for 4,000 trade coins per day. So It's available. It's quite a grind, but at the same time, like, it's freely available daily. The Lamborghini Egoista has a daily event as part of the Beast, Sian, Force, Ego, and Trian Nemesis. So blueprints for that are also freely available. So realistically, like, the only one of these cars which isn't freely in the game is the Veneno. Still, at the same time, like, they are all decent cars to have. The Terzo's pretty amazing. The Egoista, none of them are kings, but at the same time, like, they're not bad cars to have in the slightest, and it's a fairly cheap way of adding to your S-Class cars. That said, again, these are just going to be used to get yourself some progress in the event. If you're missing those cars to begin with, anything from these, the event is absolutely a dead duck. Like I said, my garage has 87 cars in it. Every one of those Lamborghinis maxed out with the exception of the Benino, and I still know for a fact that I can't unlock that Sian with the progress through the event naturally. One thing I will point out though, for people who are possibly missing the Egoista or have it nearly unlocked, or if you're missing some of the other cars where there's a potential to pick up blueprints for these, like, that Egoista, keep in mind, appears in that cycle of cars in the daily events like I mentioned. And yeah, that's currently on the Cadillac Sian concept version of this. So you're going to see it progress at least into the Egoista 2 times before the special event will end. That has 2 guaranteed blueprints from there, as well as a ton of other packs. I think there's like 25 packs in total if you've got access to the ZR1 and the Force 1 VLF. Now, this might sound a bit harsh as well, but realistically, if your garage is at a state where you haven't unlocked the Force 1 VLF, you don't have the ZR1, you're missing the Evo Spider, you're missing the Centenario, like, if you're missing any of those cars, it might sound harsh a small bit, but those special events aren't exactly designed for the player who's missing, you know, those base level garage cars. Like, realistically right now, the special event it's on in game right now is the only way that I can unlock or star up any car. Like, absolutely any. Whereas if somebody is missing one of these, like, daily event series cars, I'm kind of like, it sounds strange, but I'm kind of jealous in a way, because, like, you get to unlock the Beast, the CN Concept, the Force 1 VLF tomorrow, the Egoista after that, and the Trian Nemesis. So, like, you've got 2 S-Class cars, an A-Class car, a B and a C that you can be working on completely freely all throughout, like, the weeks. The B-Class event has a load of cool cars in it. There's a car hunt right now on for the Centenario, which has 400 runs in it, which is an insane ask, but at least, like, you can pretty much guarantee you'll be able to max out that car right there. And yeah, I would just say, if you're missing the cars for the Lamborghini event, that's kind of like, okay, cool enough. But I'm sure if you check out these events, you'll be able to get blueprints that way. Check out the career event, you can go and get blueprints there, or just inside in your shop. Like, again, in the Legends store, like, yeah, you may have blueprints for loads of different cars inside here, but when you get a garage that's kind of ready for that special event, this is what my Legends store looks like. 6 import parts, because yeah, there's not much of anything that I can actually buy inside here. I can get a BMW M4 GTS or a TVR Griffith Epic import part. Brilliant. They'll really help out with my golden BMW and golden TVR Griffith. But yeah, this is what I'm saying, is like, if you're realistically looking at this special event and kind of seeing it and going like, oh, it would really be awesome, like, if we could get through this special event and get this car. It's like, yeah, but if you've got like 20 or 30 cars, that's not what the special event is, right, like, made for. Like, the special events in this game are made for the, like, high end, has most of the other cars. You can obviously try and buy your way into these using tokens and real life money to get those packs and buy the DLC packs for the cars, but you will cripple yourself trying to do that, because realistically, like, if you were to splash out and buy into those cars, even things like the Hurricane Spider Evo and stuff, you're still going to end up in a scenario where you want to buy the Spider today, you're going to need to buy the Egoista, you're going to need to buy the Terzo, you're going to need to buy money. Yeah, I can't stress strongly enough. Special events, they're there and kind of designed for either somebody who's fine with spending a couple of €100, several €100, or else people who have like a relatively maxed out garage. If you don't have a maxed out garage, fair enough, you miss out special event. There's other events where you be able to unlock cars and stuff like that. Now though, for anyone who is playing this, special event stage 6, I said I'd do a run of this one. Oh yeah, 3 shockwaves, and that's the thing, if you do have these cars and have them maxed out, the times in these are pretty trivial. 3 shockwaves today required a race time of, let's see, 36.5 seconds. So it's effectively just 3 shockwaves. Hurricane Evo Spider, bring it in here. Rolling motorway, US Midwest. Like, 3 shockwaves is a bit of a pain on such a short track, but I'll just be using the XYB spam if required. I think this is just... yeah, so like, these tracks being just so short, really, like, that's kind of the only thing with them. It's weird. It's like you only get a couple of seconds, say, like, to do some of the tracks had to get some knockdowns. Although admittedly, at least that Rome track that had the knockdown requirement had a lot of AI. But yeah, 3 shockwaves there on the drop. A fort for good measure. Well, yeah, this is the track that you had to run, what was it, 400 times to get that Honda Civic unlocked and maxed out during one of the previous events. That was a whole pile of fun. But yeah, like 34, so was that a second and a half to the good, and getting the 3 shockwaves on the very first ramp there. You can see that, like, once you do have the cars unlocked, to be fair, this special event and the time for each one of these is pretty trivial. Which kind of sucks a bit more, because like the challenge is have the cars, and I don't really think that's a fantastic challenge. That's more a case of like, you know, pay. Oh cool, you've paid, here's your reward. Which, you know, that's the way quite a lot of the special events in this have gone. Some of them are a good mix of challenge and have the cars, but a lot of this special event, at least anyway, is just, yeah, realistically, just once you've got the cars, the times are trivial. I was looking at like a lot of the other days here, and they're all effectively just that. I noticed the unlock removed from the event door J, so it is like, again, have the Hurricane Spider Evo, get the conditions for the event door J. But if you notice, there's 150 requirements here needed for the next day again. So if I was to grind out the rest of these here, I've got 18 more things coming from this to bring me up to exactly 148, 2 short of the SC stage, which means that, again, if you get to here and you have this car but don't have the event door J, that's where your run ends. Like, this is the same on each one. There is just barely not enough to like progress past any stage if you miss out on one of them. Now, in terms of blueprints for the car though, like, this is one of the first events where you can actually just tab forward through all of the days and just see exactly how many blueprints you'll be looking at getting for the car, depending on the state of your garage. And you can, if you want, get out a biro and a sheet of paper and start adding them together to see how close to 85 blueprints you can get. Realistically, I could save you the bother and say that if you've got all of the Lambos at 6 stars, you will unlock it if you had the Lamborghini Benino at 6 stars during its special event. However, if you're at the same kind of state as I have with a 4-star Benino, you will be missing a handful of blueprints from this one by the time you get to it, because you're going to miss out on, yeah, the 6 blueprints right here that'll come from the 5th and 6th star. So you'll be missing out on those, at least if you've got the Benino. You'll be brought up to, yeah, around 79 or so out of the 85 for that car. Like, if you're missing the Legend Pass as well, you're going to be obviously missing all of the blueprints from here. Keep in mind that the Legend Pass gives you a 3-star version of the Gallardo, so that's only 5 blueprints for the CN for having this. Alternatively, You could max out the Galado if you wanted to get more blueprints by, yeah, here and here. But keep in mind that if you have the 5-star version of Galado, which is going to cost you thousands and thousands of tokens, you're going to get an additional 6 blueprints for the Sian. So while you can offset some of this in your head with like going, oh, well, if I spend on the Galado, then I get Sian blueprints. Yeah, but 6 of them. So realistically, like, it's a fairly costly way of getting these last couple of blueprints here. And then, of course, once you get out of the stages where you need every Lamborghini upgraded or unlocked and maxed, yeah, then you enter stage 12, 13, 14, and 15, all the way through, which are just a case of Stargates the whole way through. One thing I will point out about these, stage 12, much like in the Benino event, is 1 star, and then you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 the whole way along, except for the contest at the end is just a 1-star requirement. So if you do manage to unlock the Sian, even if you like get knocked out of this, do just keep in mind, say, like, if you're knocked out here or here and you stop, you know, progressing through it, do just make sure on July 12th, when this event opens up, yeah, you want to be coming inside here and giving a run of this, because even like a moderately decent run here into the 75% or top 100%, it's still 100 tokens and 1 million credits. So make absolutely certain if you get the CN unlocked, you are doing a run in this, not only just for yourself, but also, like, even if you do a run here, 100 tokens, million credits, that's awesome. Every other person that does a run in this expands out all of these extra brackets. Just keep in mind, if 100 people do this event, then the top 1% is only 1 racer. If 1,000 people do the event, top 1% is 10 racers. So yeah, you're giving more rewards to everyone else pretty much whenever you compete in a bracket like this. Even if you would not perform particularly well, it's still better for the entire player base. And yeah, if you think as well, by the way, that you're massively far away from getting the CN, don't forget that there's 5 blueprints to be had up here for these conditions. So if you are doing through the events day by day, you'll at least get to your 200 conditions and you get 5 extra blueprints that way. Now, so those 5 blueprints would bring me up to like just about the halfway there mark. And yeah, this event isn't exactly living on a prayer. Yeah, because like I said, it kind of sucks, but knowing that you needed the Benino during its special event and you needed to max it like to 6 stars during its special event as well as tune it up really does just suck though, because like, yeah, as somebody that has the Legend Pass, even like stages 42 and 43 of this have 3 blueprints for the Benino. So yeah, so like, even if somebody is shelling out money and stuff for all these events and paying tokens up the wall for this, if you maxed out the Benino and you have this Legend Pass now, like, you are effectively looking at like, you wouldn't have gotten these blueprints even if you could have, even if you bought the bundle pass, you still wouldn't be at the point where you're getting this. So had you maxed out the Benino during its special event, you're guaranteed that these 3 blueprints here at the end for it are 100% getting mulched into trade coins. And like, yeah, 3 blueprints for that car could have come from a single 750 tokens pack. So like, in doing it like the way this has been organized, yeah, like a paying player who shells out lots into this game is at this point going to like destroy blueprints worth 750 tokens. From a morale point of view, that's gonna suck. That's just like, the more you pay, you're getting punished. Like, that's a badly structured free-to-play game in my opinion, because like, you are punishing somebody in a way for actually unlocking stuff. Like, it's one thing to say that if you have patience in this game, that's really good, but like, where you punish somebody like within a matter of weeks for having spent to upgrade the Benino, that sucks. And like, yeah, I can feel for somebody that's in a scenario where they feel like they have to do that kind of playing. It's not the way I would ever advise playing this game anyway. But yeah, I don't like or agree with that structure whatsoever. But as you see here, 18 days left on this one. So if you're currently after running into a wall with this, just take a step back, maybe take a look over the event as a whole, see if you would progress more with, say, unlocking the Egoista or the Terzo from your Legend store in the next couple of weeks. If not, That Sian is a cool car, but it's not exactly like the god of the S-Class or anything like that. It's just a pretty kind of upgraded looking Centenario. And like, yeah, it handles quite well, but at the same time, again, it's not a king by any means of any of the stats. So I would just say, like, yeah, leave this one go by and just get prepared for the next seasons. I would just say the next special event coming up is probably going to be what should be the 4th of July Burst of Speed, which is the Lotus Avigia, Carrera GT, Aperta, Genti, Chiron, and McLaren Senna, all being used for races to get some tokens, get some unlocks for those. The way those cars are grouped together in sets of packs is the Carrera GT is in the same pack as the Aperta and the Chiron. So if you've got those cars like tuned up but want to get some more blueprints for those, they're together. And then the other packs for it should have the Lotus Avigia, the McLaren Senna, and the Genti. So yeah, just like I said, on Global, that event kicked off on July 4th, which would be next Monday. And yeah, hopefully we'll see those. Take a minute to just appreciate the fact that the Sian FKP as well has Pikachu's tail. Unusual looking. Now guys, I appreciate if you watch this video through to the end. If you enjoy my stuff and haven't already clicked on it, there's a sub button up there. There's other videos for me here and here on Asphalt and indie stuff up at that side. Alright guys, good luck in this event. If you have any questions at all on the previous days, times, and like paths to take to get those, give a shout in the comments. But I would say if people have those cars, you're gonna have those days completely maxed out at this stage, because I think for most of them I was talking about 3-4 seconds even to the good if I wasn't going for the sub goal. So for most of the days in this I've just gone sub goal and the extra goal. But yeah guys, good luck and drive safe always.